I broke my foot recently. I was playing tennis and I stumbled upon my foot and I broke one of the bigger bones in my foot. So it has been a few months now and I cannot put any weight on that foot. For the most part, I'm either in bed or on the couch, just no weight bearing to the foot. I cannot perform any chores, run errands. I cannot walk, actually. So my daughter, she's been very nice, thank God, a godsend. She's been preparing my meals for me, my breakfast, lunch, etc. And recently I was looking at her and I said, you are losing weight. She was always petite, but now she's so small. It's like you're dwindling away. She said, Mom, I know I'm not preparing my meals as I should. I'm not doing my breakfast on time. I'm not preparing lunch, etc. But I would do better. And I chuckled. I said, wait. So you're not preparing your meals for yourself, but you are making sure that I eat. And it just brought me right back to people who prioritize the needs of others and neglect themselves. And I truly believe my daughter is doing it. As she said, Mom, I love you. So she feels that she really wants to do this for me. And I'm very grateful. But there are other people who do it not just because they love the person, yes, and sometimes yes and no, but they're doing it because they want to feel accepted. And in those instances, the question is, why? Why do we feel we need to go above and beyond, prioritize the needs of others, neglect ourselves, just so that we could be accepted? Well, in this video, I would share with you 4 explanations that I researched, and they are, the first one is called the acceptance theory by a psychologist, John Bowlby. The other one is conditional self-esteem, fear of rejection, which I think is a very popular one. I'm sure many people are quite aware of that one. And the last one is that we are all social beings having a need to connect. I am Carla with Vibes and Wisdom, and I help people solve their daily problems by introducing wise and practical solutions. At the end of this video, I am hoping that the light bulb will go on in the heads of people who really need to hear these explanations, because one or two or maybe all of the explanations may have some merit and may pertain to people who are experiencing these reasons. So let me get right into it. Explanation number 1, the attachment theory. So John Bowlby, under the attachment theory, actually there are 4 categories, but the one I would focus on, it's called the anxious attachment, whereby the parents give the mixed signals, inconsistent and unpredictable behavior in terms of how the children are loved, how they are nurtured. It's not consistent. So sometimes they will feel loved and attended to, and other times there would be strict abuse and unavailable emotionally by the parents. So that created some anxiety in the child, as well as a need for security, because it was almost like yo-yo feelings in the child. And the child took that feeling, that yearning for attention and acceptance and security, not just in childhood, but that was transcended into adulthood. So in relationships, you find people who experience anxious attachment, they have this need to feel secured in relationships, and they believe in order to maintain that security, they have to prioritize the needs of others. They have to overextend and accommodate so that they would be accepted and they would have the relationship that they are looking for. And the other one, as I said, is conditional self-esteem. Believe it or not, some people believe that they are valued when they do good or they cater for overextend. Actually, their self-worth is tied to external validation and acceptance. And unfortunately, when they don't get the acceptance that really boosts their ego and their self-confidence, they feel very, very dejected, sad, and turn inwardly for comfort. All right, so that's that. And the other one, as I said, the fear of rejection. In my books, I believe that that's the number one reason that many people are fearful of being rejected. As a matter of fact, many people say they don't go into sales because they don't want to feel a sense of rejection. There is a study that shows when the brain is under the MRI and people are socially rejected, there's a particular area in the brain that is activated. And that same area is activated when someone feels pain. So what it says is that rejection is not just emotionally harsh, it is also physically painful, and that is why the depth of the pain is so hard when people are rejected. It's almost like you're getting a double whammy, a 2-in-1. You're emotionally affected and you're also physically affected when people are rejected. So to avoid that, many people will continue to give, to accommodate almost every and anything so that they will not have to experience rejection by the ones that they love, friends, family, co-workers, etc. And then lastly, we as human beings, we have that need to socially connect. It's almost part of our DNA, where you find people need to network. They need acceptance. They like feeling accepted. It's just a natural part of who we are. So if any one of these pertain to you, you see merit in it, I'd like you to give me a like, share, and comment. Also, if you know of anyone who could benefit from the content of this video, because you probably realize that one of these that I just shared with you is probably the core root cause of some of the behaviors that you have seen by others or even in yourself. So as I said, subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you for watching my podcast, and I look forward to seeing you on another video.